about to go live very shortly in another few more seconds.
Oh yes, meeting is now live on Facebook.
Great. Okay, over to you, Michael.
Thank you, Sam. For those of you who have not seen the handsome gentleman who is just speaking, he's Sam. Sam is our top leader in our team, which is called I lost the name. Sorry. Okay, he's our top team leader, and let's give him a big round of applause. And at the same time, as a special mark of respect and thanks for him and Cora for having organized all the activities to keep us going. Okay, and for those of you who are joining us now on Facebook, we would like to welcome you into our Facebook live session. Where in this session, we will normally invite somebody who have achieved something good or great in this Kangen business to share their journey or share their experiences. And for today, we are very proud to have invited international speaker from Philippines, Diana Rees, who is a 6A with us in Energic. She's very experienced. She's a coach, and she got a lot of other wonderful experiences in the normal journey of life. And for today, her topic of the week will be Kangen Survival Guide. This is the lady you should listen to because she's going to show you simple, bold, and fun way of climbing towards the zenith of your dreams in Energic. And if you're ready, Diana, can you please unmute yourself and then begin to share? And let's give a big round of applause to this wonderful lady, Diana, who is a
Thank
6A
you.
with us. Diana,
Thank
welcome.
you so much, Michael. Thank you so much, Sam. Hello, everyone. A pleasant day to all. Are you excited? Happy today? Give me a number 1 in the chat if you are. Give me a number 1 if you're happy and excited today. Go ahead. Wow, I'm overwhelmed by your responses. Who among you here were forced by maybe Michael or Sam? Type in 2 in the chat. And if you are, it's absolutely and totally fine. The reason why you are here at this very moment is because you want to expand yourself. Yes or yes? Absolutely yes. And that's why it's a really great honor for me to have been invited by Michael and Sam to do this first. I don't know if this is the first run for January, is it?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Michael. So I'm really happy and I'm going to do my best and go full out in sharing with you guys. Yeah. So I'll just share my screen so that you know me better. For a moment. You can see my screen, right? Can you give me a thumbs up?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can see.
Awesome. So I have double screen here. Right. So I gave my talk the title Kangen Survival Guide. So it's a little bit harsh to see a girl saying the survival guide because I think for me in my journey in Energic, it's really about the first step that I really did is to survive something that I wanted really in my life. So this morning, I'd like to introduce myself formally to everyone who doesn't know me yet and people who are first timers in this call. We welcome you all. So again, I'm Diana Reyes. I used to be a college scholar, so I was able to graduate because of scholarship. And I became president of different organizations in our school. I also became professionally and registered emergency and disaster nurse. That is my professional background. I also led and became an officer of the Philippine Nurses Association. So that's in the whole of Philippines. And Philippines is composed of lots of islands around Asia. So it's really great here. If you've been to the Philippines, can you type 1 in the chat so that I will know? Have you been to the Philippines, guys? Awesome. If you've been here, definitely would want to visit the beach But let me tell you about how I really started with my Kangen journey. So it all started with me drinking Kangen from my suitor. Does anyone have the same experience as I do? So I had this suitor. He's actually in Enagic for quite some time. That time he was a 682-2. And that's the first time I drank Kangen. But of course, just like anybody else who drank the water first without seeing the value around it, I didn't believe Kangen. However, 8 months later, I resigned from my job as a nurse. And by the way, I'm going to show you some pictures of myself as a nurse later. And when I resigned, I really didn't have the intention to do the business yet. I just wanted to explore, have fun, and really just be myself. However, in doing so, I discovered a lot of things. I learned a lot of things about me, how I want to create an impact and build my own empire in the Enagic business. So right now, I'm an internationally certified coach, one of the youngest leaders in Enagic Philippines. So yours truly, Diana. And yeah, I'll show you some of the photos. This is how my life used to be, right? I did my 8 hours to 16 hours duty in the hospital. But at the same time, I also took part-time jobs like teaching in the nursing school. I used to be a clinical instructor also. So it was really a juggle. If you can relate to that, who among you here felt that when you were employed, right, you were doing your best, but you're always undercompensated around that? So that's my life before. And however, I have been very passionate about my job. I love sharing to the community, going to medical missions in poor communities, in rural areas. And the thing is, my only contribution there was my service, my presence, and my work. And all I wanted was to also share, monetarily provide medicines for the people. But I couldn't do that because I was in a wrong vehicle. I wasn't able to share monetarily because I wasn't earning enough that time. Okay. So eventually, again, as I said, I quit my employment. This is the last day I was in the hospital. And then I ventured fully into Enagic. However, I did not start as a distributor. I started as a trainee, just like an intern from Sutor became my boyfriend, which some of you know, Raymond Reyes. And the first thing that I really did was to master the product. And in doing so, I exposed myself more to the public. I did the demos, just like any Enagic distributor and how they started. So this photo was taken. I think the crowd is around 300 people. JB Pacifico was also in this event. This was in Davao. So as time passed by, what I really did was I did the demonstration for a lot of distributors, but I didn't achieve anything for myself yet, right? So I was just training myself and sharpening the saw within me. And so this specific event came. This was in Singapore, where I saw a lot of Enagic leaders from all over the world, and it really opened my eyes. Who would have thought that people, ordinary people from different cultures, backgrounds, can gather in one place and celebrate prosperity and abundance? This was a specific event for me because this is the moment that I decided that I wanted to do something for myself and build my own Enagic business. And so, by doing so, I started with a vision like anyone else would, do as a first step, is to visualize. And my vision used to be the world's leading influencer and provider of health and wellness through Enagic while forming lifelong relationships. Now, I want to dwell a little deeper around this vision. Now is January. Can you type number 1 in the chat if you already have your vision for this year? Can I see number 1 in the chat? Sonali, awesome. Arya, wow, you guys are awesome. Because for all you know, it takes intention and vision to actually get to somewhere in our life. So I'm very, very glad that you have all set your intention and vision for this year. So where is your dream destination? Maybe some of you here who are starting, you just want to get to 6A. Some of you here are already 6As, you want to get to the next level. Or maybe some of you here just wants to really enjoy life by having financial freedom, time freedom. Who can relate to that? Most of us do, because we're here to really make something in our life worthwhile, maybe a legacy, right? And that destination is actually your Mount Everest. This is where you will climb, and this is where you would want to go. But before I go there, I know some of you here in the chat have not set your goals yet. Is it okay if I share how I set my goals? Here. So the way I set my goals, number one criteria is this. Goals must be big enough that problems, challenges, and even laziness pale in comparison. Who's like me here, sometimes lazy, sometimes don't want to work because we're comfortable with our life. I think a lot of people can relate to that, because me, when I was starting, I just wanted to have fun and become, travel and do lots of things. However, again, if your goal is not enough, if your goal or the payoff is not big enough, you wouldn't, let go of your laziness, your problems and challenges. So in setting your goals, don't set 3A for the whole year. I mean, that's not big enough. You're not going to work hard for that. You got to set and shoot for the stars in setting goals, because when you do so, you will be able to account yourself. You know that you can do so much more with the goal that you have. And if you shoot for the stars and you weren't able to get to that kind of goal, at least you're more than halfway, right? At least you're more than halfway. That's the importance of setting big goals. And be specific around your goals. I write my goals in present tense, by the way, writing them as if it were the present moment or in front of me. And I become specific. What is my goal income for this year on a monthly basis? How many machines do I want to dispose or to share with a lot of people? How many leaders do I want to build? And how many countries do I want to reach? Because we have an awesome, awesome vehicle and we want to maximize that. And then when you have this goal, so if you have your notes there, do please write down. And if you have your goals already in front of you, what I really love you to do is to reverse engineer. So what do I mean when I say reverse engineer? Imagine yourself stepping into your goal and look back. What are the necessary actions? What are the necessary time, effort, investment that you have to make so that you can reach your goal? That is reverse engineering. And from reverse engineering, determining your action, determining the things that you have to do, you gotta go 10 times. 10 times the effort, 10 times the time, because it's a natural law. Whatever you give, you receive. So whatever you give in your Enagic business, you will also receive. I have a lot of leaders, sometimes they feel they're tired already. They haven't really even started yet. So again, reverse engineer. What are the necessary steps and actions that you need to go to your goal? Because sometimes when we set our goal so big, it looks like this. Has anyone climbed Mount Everest here in this chat? If you have, please let me know. I'm waiting in the chat. So no one has climbed Mount Everest yet, right? Because if you look at this, this is too grand. This is so scary. And is it even possible for me to do so? This is how your goals must look like, right? So if you have this kind of view of your goals, now everything else will come. Your excuses, procrastination, your laziness. Now, my question to you is, when all of this arises, which is more important? Your dream destination or these problems and challenges that you have? Because a lot of us, we have this goal, right? Who wants financial freedom here? I think that's the most basic reason why we are here making time on a Wednesday here in Asia, on a Wednesday, because we want to allot learning and growth into ourselves so that we can evolve. And if you are not doing so, if some people, you see, they're not, allotting and investing time around that, they will never reach to their destination. These are the obstacles. The obstacles are always the way. Okay? So let me tell you more about how I have seen this opportunity. Okay? So again, I came from employment and then I become entrepreneur. Most of us are in this area, right? To start it with our Kangen business, we would want to become really professional entrepreneurs, network marketers, just really putting ourselves out there in confidence to actually sell a product. Now, this is very vital for every business. There will be no business if there is no exchange of value. And what do I mean by that? Sam has always taught us that sharing and communicating the value that's the only time that exchange will happen, because as we share our Kangen water machines, you will get what you want, the financial freedom that you want. But there's actually a next step to that. It's when you become your own business owner. Okay. So I know some of you are familiar with this one, the very basic and very famous Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, from employee going to self-employed. This is the most taken path for entrepreneurs, right? And then you become a business owner. If you can see here, when you're an employee, like me, I used to work 16 to 18 hours a day. I'm not even wealthy. It's not even deserving of the quality of service that I give. So I trade my time for money. Even when you become an entrepreneur or self-employed, you think life will be easier? I think not. Because the moment I became decided that I wanted to really make it in my Enagic journey, is that I worked 20 hours a day. It was even more difficult. Why? Because I came from a different culture. I came from employment where I just listen to my boss and do what they say. I came from a routine, a program, a different program, and I needed to reprogram myself so that when I trade time now for money, I get compensated well. So, yeah, so every now and then I'm peeking in the chat, right? So what we would want to be is that people work with you for money. And this is actually an avenue for us to really, really, really make it in Enagic. We have people, lead people, and people leading people. And then the fourth quadrant will just come along, okay? So as a business owner, and when you are starting your business, I'm putting it out there for distributors who really, really want to make it. As a business owner, your number one responsibility is to sell. This was a really important lesson that I had, because way back then, all I did was I did the demo, right? But I didn't really have any idea, how do I close clients? How do I convert them to really get their machines? And later did I realize that for me to become a really good leader, I must be able to really sell good. Whether you're selling your machines, the Kangen business, your idea, your pitch, or whatever it is, this is not an optional task. It is essential that all of us must be master salesmen. And the moment that I embodied and embraced this, that's the only time I really created an impact in my Enagic business. So how do you learn to sell? You learn to show up. You learn to talk to people and actually represent your product, your company, your business really, really well. And so my question here, for most of you, are you even familiar with the sales process? Because a lot of, self-procluded entrepreneurs or business people, they really, really want, or they make known to become really good salespeople. But some of them, they speak of duplication systems. But what does that really look like? It has to be crystal clear in your mind. How do I make it? How do I greet people? How do I qualify prospects? How do I do a demonstration that is very strategic, that, it won't last an hour or more? How do I make proposals? How do I convert and close the deal? And when do I stop follow-up? Or do I even stop? Okay, so these are the necessary skills. These are the skills that actually brought me to where I am today. Okay, so again, we have this principle, be, do, have. You always have to be courageous, be very blunt with yourself and know and acknowledge where you are right now. So let me ask people here, currently, what is your status, no? As an Enagic distributor, where are you in your goals in a scale of 1 to 100? 1 to 100, how many % are you in the goal that you want to achieve? You have to recognize the present moment so that you will be able to scale it up to the place or the destination that you want to go. So it's beingness is it's a very good tool in terms of awareness. And it's a really good tool for you to determine your level of work ethic. In the scale of 1 to 10, what is your level of work ethics? So the reason why I'm sharing this to you is because a lot of people, they just go into the business and not really committing to doing the actions necessary for them to have the goals that they always set for themselves. Because all the time, actions will always be equals results. So if you haven't been in the destination that you wanted to go, reassess, reflect, go to the mirror and talk to yourself. What was I not able to do that I didn't go into my results yet, or where I want to be? So the next slide that I would like to share to you is something that I learned from Grant Cardone, actually. So it's called the levels of action. We have 4. Now, number 1 is do nothing. When you do nothing, it's like you're in a coma or something. You're not doing anything at all. The second level of action is actually retreating. What does it mean when you're retreating? When you say retreating, this is where you're supposed to talk to the client and then you said, no, I'm not gonna talk. You become shy suddenly. Or retreating looks like, okay, finally, I'm gonna decide to do Kangen full time. And then you back up. You didn't do it. This is a level of action. Every time there's an opportunity presented in front of you, you retreat. Okay? The next level of action is what we call average. When you say average, average actions, going to work every day, going to work just to work and really not thrive and grow. Going to the meetings, just going to the meetings and not really learning. This is average action. Going to trainings and going there just to listen or just to be present, but not really learning and growing. So that's average levels of action, right? So the fourth one is actually your massive action. Now, I love to quote this woman. She's Grant Cardone's wife. I follow her. She always says, only massive action pays. The rest, it doesn't pay. Okay? So I want a participation from our audience. Which here in the 4 levels of action do you think is the most dangerous? Just say 1 for doing nothing, 2 for retreating, 3 for average, and 4 for massive action. Can you put in the chat, please? Number 3. Oh, lots of you have already heard this. I love it. Number 4. Whoa, you're scared of number 4? Okay, let me get more answers. Which do you think is the most dangerous among the 4? Some people answered number 2, number 1. Which is the most dangerous? And the fact is, the most dangerous here, and a lot of people are actually correct, is being average. Because when you're being average, you're not growing. You're just becoming a part of a society, a part of a cycle. Being average means that you're just living just to get by. You're just living just to live, and you're not really thriving for your next level. And a lot of the population all over the world is average. Now, not even just employed people, also business owners and entrepreneurs. My question to you is, how will you stand out for the millions of entrepreneurs in the world, in the planet? Why would your customers choose you? Why would your business partners want to work with you, not with anyone else? And that's where your massive action comes to place. Right? So this is, again, the levels of action. And I would like to quote the owner or the author of this one. Anyone who suggests me to do less is not a real friend or very, very confused. Because who among you here experienced the same? You tell your siblings, I have this kind of goal and I'm very excited to do it. And then the siblings would say, oh, come on, that's not possible. Or maybe friends would tell you, you're becoming too busy. You don't have time for friends. You don't have time to party anymore. You don't have time to hang out. A lot of people would, those are actually blocks that you have. And when that happens, again, what are you willing to give up for you to go to your destination? And by the way, the author of that one is Grant Cardone. Been following him for more than 3 years. So really, really good. Again, get your work ethics done, get your massive levels of activity, and make it to the top. Okay? So again, massive actions to survive. Why do I say survive? Is before you can even thrive, you have to survive. And later, now in the next slide, I want to share with you this photo. This was the photo when I became a 6A. And for most of you here, I'd like to share with you, I became a 6A in the middle of pandemic, where no one else were allowed to go out. Most of the people were scared indoors, and a lot of people were, their life got stuck or stopped because of the confusion and uncertainty that was happening. And that's why I feel that the best way that I can serve you today is by sharing with you what was the shift and what happened. Why was I able to really get to 6A during the pandemic? Anyone interested to hear that? Give me a number 1 in the chat, just so that I know that you're still here and listening to me. All right. Overwhelmed responses. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you very much. So here are just some tips and things that I always do. I do all of this in practice, by the way. I'm not sharing something that I'm not doing. So yeah, number 1 is get in and be ready for your journey. Remember the Mount Everest? Pack your bags and become ready for the journey. Again, success loves preparation. It breeds preparation and it breeds prosperity and abundance in the long run. So again, step 1 is to set the intention. Where is your destination? How far do I want to go? Set your Mount Everest. Quality. What quality do I need to move forward? For me, for a girl who doesn't have any backgrounds in sales, who doesn't have anything, the only thing that really drove me was courage. As Grant Cardone would always say, what does it take to make money? You don't need money to make money. You need courage to really go on the journey. You don't need to know everything yet. You just dive and do it, right? Fuel yourself. Before you can even go somewhere else, you have to fuel your vehicle. Fuel yourself by being knowledgeable, acquiring the skills necessary, the attitude that you have. Maybe a lot of people would give up after 10 trials of closing people and they get 0. I know people that has demonstrations 2 to 3 times a day for straight 18 days, no sale. I know JV Pacifico, 45 days, no sale. Can you imagine these people, their persistence, right? Because they have a different attitude from the normal or the average people. Get your experience. You have to put yourself out there. And the best thing here is, right now, you don't have to go out all the time. There's Zoom. There's this call every week where you get to learn, sharpen your saw, right? Yes, definitely be involved physically. And the best part about our vehicle is that we experience Kangen. You know, we don't just read about it and guess if it works or not. You experience it. You experience it emotionally by helping and transforming a lot of families' lives, becoming spiritual around it because you want to share more to the world. And like what Sam said, the key here is to always attend your trainings and events because there you solidify your belief. And I know it's cliche. Everything I'm saying here is what you're gonna hear every day. But maybe now is the time to take massive action on applying this and implementing this to yourself. There will be stopovers in your journey, times where you want to rest, you want to recharge. Because you know, in your journey, it will take a lot of your resource, your time, your energy. One of the things that I did during holidays was sleep whole day because I did so much in 2020. And maybe some of you here, you want to rest on Saturdays and Sundays. But my only question for that is, what have you created over the weekdays? Right? Because if you rest on Saturdays and Sundays and you haven't created anything in the week, you know the answer to that, right? So take time to develop not only your business, but you grow also yourself. Like me, you know, I really dived into coaching, leadership seminars, growing myself, like developing leadership and coaching skills. This one, the intention that I have is to have good communication because I'll be dealing with people, right? And when Michael and I were speaking, he also wanted me to share the importance of these skills that will enable you to become a really good leader, because when you are able to, empower and inspire people to do more, just like what a coach does, when you're able to give them powerful questions, then they get, the spark within them that would allow them to kickstart and survive in their business. And once you have recharged, you have replenished, it's time to shift gears. From your level 1 massive action, go to the level 2. There is always a next step. There is always a next thing for you waiting. And you have to do that because, as I said here, no man is an island. You will not make it alone. I tell you, you're in a business where you need people to be with you. And you're in a business where your advocacy doesn't entail just about you, but the people you've helped and transformed. Elevate, build a team of people who has the same vision, advocacy, and goals with you. What would you rather have? A team that you pull every day, hey, let's go to the meeting, let's go to the training, or a team that would ask you, what trainings, what meetings are we going to attend? So it's actually a matter of choice. Attract your dream team. Attract yourself. This is the best thing or remarkable thing that I have, because when I was starting, I didn't have a team. I always told my husband, I want to have a team of people who are aligned to me, who are really, who has the same heart and advocacy as I do. And right now, I just want to share with you, not to brag, I have executives in my team, doctors in my team, who are just starting, that has the same vision, that has the same passion as I do. And I was able to actually attract a dream team for myself. And every dream team is unique. Maybe you want to attract business people, entrepreneurs, network marketers into your team. Now, my question is, how are you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner? How are you with that? Because you attract you. That's why it's important to develop yourself all the time. Because having a team, you can leverage not just your time, but freedom of expression of self, and freedom to be wherever you want to be. We are not working for money, but ultimately the time and financial freedom that lies ahead of us. And this will only become possible when we are able to leverage. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Storms, pandemic, economy. This will be the blocks, the baggages, the ego, the justification, excuses, the bullshits. It's gonna come along, guys, because we're working with people. And I want to be very bold to tell this to you, that unexpected things happen all the time. Even if you're a good person, even if you pray every day, there will be blocks. What are you willing to give up when this happens? When you will have people, opposing in your decisions, opposing in your opinion, are you willing to give up the need to be right? When you will have pandemics like this, what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up the old ways of doing things so that you can evolve and grow and level up to a next level in doing things? What are you willing to give up? I'd love you to write it down there, maybe in the chat, so that I can see. Wait, I'll just go back to the previous slide. So I'd like to see what are the things that you're willing to give up. Because for me, I was willing to give up my Netflix, my time, my Sundays, my Saturdays. These are the things that I wanted or willing to give up for me to get to where I want to be. So this is something that you would want to reflect, because we're always taught what to do, what to take, what to, be in. But At the end of the day, sometimes you have to give out something. You have to let go of something so that what you want to happen will be in the palm of your hands. I want to give up playing golf this year. Up to you, Rizwan. If that will allow you to move faster to your goals, right? So again, it is essential that we have awareness over this so that we can conquer it. When you're able to recognize what is the thing that's holding me back. Another thing that's holding me back is me not doing my morning routine, my exercise. Now I wake up every 5 a.m. I jog every day, gives me more energy. And I was willing to give up sleep for that. So write it down or maybe think about it for today, right? Because it will make our journey worthwhile, sharing, and most of all, strengthen us in life. And you become a leader. Okay? So in every seed of adversity, in every pandemic, in every problem, in every block that you have, there is an equal or greater benefit. We are not perfect, guys. Sometimes we make bad decisions. Or is it only me? Can I see a number 1 in the chat if you also make sometimes bad decisions? Even if you're a good person, even if you're someone who has no fault to others, sometimes we do, right? And sometimes we have to suffer the consequences of that. But does that mean that we have to stop? I say not. I have made stupid, bad decisions myself. However, again, in every seed of that adversity, I always put in mind there is a seed of an equal or greater benefit for that. Humankind cannot gain anything without first giving something in return. To obtain something of equal value must be lost. Again, what are you willing to give up? Right? So reaching your destination, eventually you will become 6As, 6A2, 6A2-2-3. That's done, okay? That's done when you have the intention. But getting to where you truly want to be, your goal destination, and arriving doesn't mean it's over. One of the things that I experienced in Enagic is a lot of people, a lot of them, when they reach 6A, they rest. They stop. Because again, they failed to set a next level goal. A lot of people, they sleep, they hibernate when they reach 6As. That's why here, myself, right now, I don't want to rest in my 6As. Even if I get to -3 one day, I don't want to rest there because I have a greater purpose. It's not just about the rank now. It's about my vision. So reach for more. Do your next level goals. Every time you reach there, you do 10 times, 10x your goals, Your goals, your dreams are yours, not anybody else. You'll always find joy in going through amazing places, such as time and financial freedom. And not just you extend it to your family. You extend it to your team. Wouldn't you want to see your people getting awarded on stage as well? That's a necessary skill. Only after survival, you will thrive and be who you truly are. And the truth is, you are capable of elevating your life. And so, if a simple, no sales background, no connection whatsoever, no nothing to start or where to start, and a happy-go-lucky girl like me can make it, I want to be blunt and bold to say this. Who are you to say that you can't? Sometimes it's not about can you do it or you cannot do it. I can't make it. Say this a lot to yourself. We have this small voice inside of us telling us, are you sure you're going to do this? I think it's going to be so hard. Are you sure you're going to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning? You can rest, there's plenty of time in the day. Who can relate to that? I used to be like that. But I found out that little bitch, by the way, bitch is it's not a curse word, okay? Bitch is like a complainer, a whiner, excuse maker. Because sometimes you want to go to your goals. Every morning you sit down, you write your goals, and some bitch inside of you would tell you, come on, you can write later. This is called laziness, procrastination, right? But what it's really about is, will you do it or not? There's a thin line, and it's up to you to decide which side of the coin you will be. And for me, I always tell myself, I will do it. I will do it. That's why, as my last slide this morning, is it still morning? I think it's noon here in Asia. I want to tell you this. Your destination is your freedom, and you are the revolution. It only takes you. It only takes your courage. It only takes to embrace and embark on that journey to survive, to thrive. You are the revolution. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Diana. That was wonderful sharing. Wonderful. I think you did a beautiful job for today. And I believe for those of us who are in this business, trying to build a team, please try to get a recording of what Diana has shared today. It could be a great start for them because 2021 is just started. For new people, your guideline will be very useful. And for those who want to revive their business, I believe this is also a very good guide for all of us to emulate. Thank you. Let's give Diana a big round of applause. Wonderful sharing from the heart. Simple, straightforward, very effective. Wonderful. For those who want to get a recording, please check out with your upline. Okay. Sam, if you got any questions you like to add in, or Herman, you got anything to add in, because you are all together in some together with our Diana in many of these great coaching sessions. This is where I got
Yes, Diana.
Diana.
That was really awesome. Thank you so much for your talk today. I learned a lot from that myself, honestly, and I've not done my goal setting for the year yet. I'll be very honest. And what I did was today I sent out in my broadcast list, I sent out to people with one short message. Have you done your goal setting for 2021? Right? Because if I didn't do it, I'm sure there are many people out there who has not done it now. Okay, so it is so important, and you touch on the same topic today, about our goal setting and what you want to do today. So just so apt. In fact, I was looking for somebody to talk about goal setting for this week and next week. So thank you so much, Diana, for your awesome share today. And it's so remarkable that you've grown so much. And yeah, it's really this journey of ours in Kangen. Kangen is just a vehicle. Kangen is just a vehicle for all of us in our personal growth. Okay, and I've grown so much. I've been in this for the last 10 years, and it's still an ongoing journey for me. Okay, so question-wise, perhaps we can take some questions from the floor. Maybe one very quick question, Diana. One very quick question. What advice? What three advice would you give for any new guys who've just joined the business? And any just three solid points that you'd like to give to any new guys who just joined the business?
Yes, I'd love to answer that, Sam. So for three, again, I make everything so simple and easy. Rule number one, just do it. I mean, when you're starting, don't even think. Don't overthink. I think that's a skill from me. I don't think, but just do it without thinking of what's gonna happen or lie ahead, because the only time you get to really do it is when you experience it. It will give you the necessary skills that you will need. Every person is unique. So that's number one, just do it. Number two is to really grow yourself. grow yourself, invest in yourself. You are the best investment that you can have. So if you pay for personal development, talks, seminars, events, you will never, what do you call this? You will never lose in that investment because that is you. You are the best investment that you can have. Number 3, never quit. Failure or not meeting your goal is a result of you quitting. So if you never quit, you will get there. Rest assured, you will get there. Number 1, just do it. Number 2, invest in yourself. Number 3, never quit.
Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you so much. Okay. Would there be any questions out there from anyone out there?
Sam, is it possible to invite for us to invite Diana's suitor, Raymond, to say a few words on how she managed to recruit a nurse into this business?
Okay, that's ex-tutor, ex-boyfriend.
Ex-tutor, yes.
Now,
Raymond. Can we do
Yeah.
that, Diana? Invite
No, he's
Raymond
not
in to
here. Is
share
he
a
here?
few minutes. Yeah.
Oh, he's around. Yes.
He's
Hi,
here. Come here, Raymond. Just say hi. He's
Don't
here
just say hi.
cooking.
Say something more than that. Share with us how she. Hi, Raymond.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Can you please share with us how you are able to sponsor a nurse into this business?
I have the answer already. All right.
Sam got the answer already.
Chase after her. After chasing her, then she'll join the business.
Yeah. For me, honestly, it only takes one person to achieve whatever he wants in life. It's like, for me, it's all about me. It's not even about Yanni. It's not even about other people's opinion. Maybe one thing that I'm gonna be sharing, this is very important, especially for us leaders, for us to really build not only in the business, but especially if you're building a good relationship with your family and friends. Always, what do you want, or what do you want to achieve in life and have in life and experience in life? Always see it possible to other people. Like the very first time I saw her, I know her potential, but again, you need to see it possible that she's gonna succeed. You need to see other people that they will be succeeding. Like if you have leaders under you, if they cannot believe in themselves, be that person to give that belief in them that they can do it. Like I always let people with me feel that I believe in them in the first place. Because that belief is a seed. Again, it's a seed. It's an energy. Always see it possible. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how impossible it is. Again, what Diana have shared this morning is a very wonderful sharing. Always see it possible. No matter what, always see it possible. And yeah, it's kind of a bit difficult in the first an earlier stage of her leadership, of her career. Like many times she wants me to, can you do this presentation? Can you answer this question of my leaders? Like I can answer that right away. But the most difficult part, like for me really, like if she's having a meeting here, honestly, I'm from the starting point of the meeting, I'm hearing all of you guys. Before I wanted to be that person to answer questions to everyone, but now just surrender, just trust the process. But I cannot do it alone. If I'm not growing myself, Yanis won't be growing herself as well. So it's very important to have a mastermind. Like we still argue, we still have a lot of arguments.
A lot.
But then again, we are aligned, that we are aligned with our vision, we are aligned with our goal. Our purpose and our goal in life is bigger than any arguments in the future. Like our family is very important, our marriage is very important, my faith is very important, her faith is very important, my dreams is very important, her dreams is very important. We are aligned on that. So again, I don't believe in failure, but I love to take risk in failing because I know I am sure I won't fail because I won't stop. I won't be quitting. I will definitely be a real failure if I'm gonna be quitting, but I'm not gonna be quitting. I may be resting at times, but again, I'm gonna go push. Not only pushing myself, but me and Yani always look on something that will somehow or something to pull us. It's not just pushing ourselves, but to pull ourselves moving forward in the future. Some is a good point A for us. It's like it's a big goal. Like look at this. Can you imagine Sam 10, 15, 14 years ago? And now, because he's seen it, it's possible. He believed in himself. Without Sam, I'm not here as well. Because I see Sam believed in himself. I believe in myself as well. He made it. He showed it that he made it. And then I'm going to be making it as well and pass it on to the people. Pass it forward. Pass it to your family. Pass it to your friends. It's not just even about the Kangen. Again, that's true. Kangen is just a vehicle. But the good thing around our vehicle is the currency of our vehicle is freedom. The currency of our vehicle is to let people be free. And that's my maybe we're just aligned. We argue, but then we talk. We have an open communication. Okay, what's more important? Okay, I apologize. She apologizes as well. And then after that, moving forward, what's our goal? What's our bigger goal? Like we're not doing it for ourselves only. We're doing it for our families as well, for our friends as well, for our business partners as well. Like we cannot do it on our own. Like me and Yani only know. How I wish I have a big team like Sam, like this big right now. These are our goals. Like how many? Almost 200 people in the Zoom meeting. This is my goal. I want to have a regular meeting, 200 people, 200 distributor, having the same vision. Okay. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Michael.
Okay.
Thank you, Raymond.
We're gonna
I
have
think
you.
you missed out on one point, for bachelors who are looking for something to help them in their financial freedom. Don't just look only for Kangen prospects. Look for now you've got a beautiful girl to be your lifetime, not only coach, partner too. Wonderful. Okay, for those bachelors, this is one route for you. Beautiful business, beautiful family.
So Raymond, we will be having you to speak in the next couple of weeks.
Yes. We have said yes on your behalf, Raymond.
Yeah, he has really indicated, he's put his thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, we have come to the time now. All good things must come to an end. So, I will let you finish it. I'll let you conclude the meeting, Michael.
Thank you very much, Sam. You must forgive me for the lapse just now. Sam is our team leader for Full House Power. We should give a big round of applause to Diana and also Raymond and also Sam and Cora.
Yeah, thank you.
Sam and Cora especially because of the wonderful work that they do in continuously bringing and building up the fire in us to finish our goals in this particular business. Okay, and for those of you who have been with us regularly, please take care, be safe, so that we can meet again next week for another big session. Thank you very much for sharing, Diana. That was a really great session. And
thank you, guys.
anything else you'd like to say before we say goodbye to each other?
Me?
Yes.
Just do it. Just do it.
Yes,
And
do it.
never quit. Never quit. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Let's give
everybody.
Diana and our team leader, Sam and Cora, a big round of applause to end the session. Thank you very much. Take care. Take good care.
All right, everybody, I'm now allowing everybody to unmute yourselves, so you can unmute yourself and say your highs and byes. And also,
Mike.
doing?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Raymond and all.
Wonderful sharing. Thank you all.
Thank you very
Michael,
much.
Anthea, Raymond, thank you.
put
Have
on
a
your
great
picture,
week,
take a photo.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yanni.
Well done.
Good
Good day,
day,
all.
bye.
Good day.
Thank you to all.